doing in there?
Hey guys. So, as you can see, I'm not in my studio. I'm actually nowhere near my studio right now. And I have a bunch of reviews to do, but they're all kind of piled up back at the house, and I don't have any of that stuff with me. I did still want to upload a video though, so I thought that I would tackle one of the requests that I get often, which is glowing dewy skin. I think that the kind of dewy finish to the skin is something, I don't know if I'd call it a trademark, but it's definitely something that I do a lot. And the technique that I use to achieve it is actually very, very simple. So that's what I thought I would show you guys. Now, generally speaking, this is the worst possible lighting to film anything in because I look like a zombie. But beside that, when I'm talking about dewy skin, I'm usually referring to what I call highlighting with light. I think there's two ways that you can highlight the skin. There's highlighting with color, where you're actually taking something lighter than the skin tone and placing it in the high points of the face. And then there's highlighting with light, where you're using something like a gloss or something with an opalescent sheen, but very little color, and placing it on the high points and giving the skin a reflective quality. I favor doing this because I think that it looks nice, it looks natural, and it brings life back to the skin. It makes it look what I call glowing and dewy. Now, as I said before, I'm not actually at my studio, so I had to kind of wander away and find a place to film this. I couldn't have the audio on because there was too much wind noise. I filmed this outside, so I'm going to try and do my best to sort of explain what's going on as you watch the tutorial. But if you have any questions, as always, feel free to leave them in the comment section. I'll do my best to get back to you.
When you met him, you didn't know. Then again, how could you? You smiled and he said hello. You should have known that you were through. He's only happy when he's sad and always best when all is bad. He'll drive you 7 miles to mad by the best sex you ever had. And nothing less than the biggest mess you ever got into. Nothing more than the most stress that you ever thought you knew. He's the reason you cry at night. He's the source of all your dreams and nightmares. Can't decide if it's wrong or right. But if you don't, oh baby, I sweat. Pull your hair out and
sounds on a warm day is. There's animals out here. Shh, quiet. Can you hear them? There, and I'm having 5 million little mini panic attacks while I'm sitting behind the wheel going, oh my god. A lot of you already know, though some of you may not, that I've been doing some guest blogging for Temptalia.com. Considered how far it was to the exit that I just passed, and could I maybe turn around and go back the other way, driving against the flow of traffic. But I didn't do it. In a jar. And my last 2 posts, the last one was what's your most embarrassing moments in fashion and beauty, with a fun picture of me with spiked hair and highlights and those awful silver beads. You should probably check it out. I'm doling out wisdom. But the other one is on prom makeup and tips for prom makeup. So to those of you who are going to be attending a formal affair, it was like my shoulder was dropped down, so my arm was slanting this way, particularly in a school setting with what I call conveyor belt photography, where to put you on a little thing and you go in and get out, and yeah, there's a lot of those. I was you don't really have a whole lot of say, by the way. Props to anybody who happens to remember that. But it was like perched like this on someone else's shoulder who was like over, like, I don't know, 2 people from me. There's a couple tips in there, especially with photos in mind, that you might want to check out. So if you did miss it, I will include a link in the description of this video so that you can check it out. It looked like my arm went all the way down to the floor and then back up. It was the weirdest looking photo I've ever seen. Well, not, but it was pretty bizarre anyway. Alright guys, that is it for me. Thanks so much for watching. Cheers. Sleep well. Sleep tight. Have a good night. And as always, until I see you next time, which will be soon, take care and drive safe.